Joining me for the Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation social media sensation, Jason Smith.
We here. We live.
What's happening in?
It's a beautiful Friday.
Hey, it's cold out.
Hey, but no, it's not as cold as it was a couple days ago.
It ain't the polar vortex.
This feel like summer to me. I walked out feeling good.
Hey,
today.
when it get extremely cold, when it get less cold, it feel better.
Man, it feel good. A couple days ago when it was negative 14 or whatever it was, I walked outside. I couldn't even feel my face, and I was like, I don't like this feeling.
When I came in, I had to have my ears covered. You know how I feel about my ears freezing.
Oh yeah, we know you're an ear guy.
Yeah, I know. I don't like my ears freezing, but at the same what?
What?
I said I don't like my ears freezing.
You an ear guy. We know.
Oh wow.
We know, T-Lo. We get it.
Oh wow.
We get it.
I was gonna say something, but what's going on in these pop culture streets?
T-Lo, it's a whole bunch of stuff. It's a whole bunch of stuff going on. I didn't know which direction we was gonna go because you got the people hot about the police in schools.
Well, should they be roaming the hallway?
You got to see when I was back there listening. At first, I was really disagreeing with you because I thought you were
because
saying,
you ain't hearing the whole thing.
I didn't hear the whole thing.
You got selective ears.
I had the selective hearing.
Yeah,
I thought you was
because I said they could be outside.
Yeah,
I said that. You can play that back.
Yeah.
I guess people, they only hear what they,
what they want to hear.
Tunnel hearing.
Because all I heard was no police. I was like, no,
not in the hallways, roaming around.
I can understand
when I'm going from class to class, I don't want to see yo.
I can understand that. No, the reason why I can understand that is because it's kind of conditioning them, like you were saying. It's conditioning them for
that means it's a CO in the school.
Line. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
It turned into like a school with COs in it.
So I can understand that point. I was pushing back, but now I'm coming towards your side because I've been in both. I've been in all black school, MPS school, and I've been to a school that's a bit more diverse. And while, there is a difference, obviously, like, 'cause you can say that it's more petty fights or whatever.
Well, the thing is, okay, the school experience shouldn't have, like I said, officers outside front, just in case, whatever you think is going to happen. You got the officer outside. You got the officer probably by the front of the school, like by the front door or something like that. But I'm talking about the interaction. Officers walking up and down the hallways, interacting with kids. I'm getting out of class.
Yeah, that's too much.
No, I mean that's
too much.
No, I'm not talking about that. They shouldn't be in the vicinity outside. Where if something do pop off, they can be right there.
That's at Brown Deer. That's how it was when I was going to Brown Deer. We had the police car stayed outside, like in the parking lot or whatever. And anytime something went down, it was a quick call and they was right in. So in Brown Deer, it wasn't that many fights or nothing back in. I don't know what's going on now.
Well, I went to North Division and we had metal detectors.
Oh, yeah, that's different. That's different.
Hold on, wait a minute. I never understood how we had all of this stuff and my locker still got broken into.
That's crazy.
And I was traumatized because I had one of those starter coats.
Wow, they took it?
Man, I had a Michigan Wolverines and a Miami Hurricane starter coat.
Oh, man.
And then y'all got all these people walking around, but then my stuff get taken out the locker.
It's still finessed.
I can't even study in class because every time I bring something good to school,
they taking it.
It's taken out of my locker.
How are they breaking in your locker?
Man, they got the security. They got the metal. No, it was ways that people, them school lockers, if you focused on how to really break in them, some people really focused on how to really break in them. I mean, they knew how to do it.
Oh, wow. See, now I ain't had that experience.
And that little thin locker, come on now.
They need to become locksmiths. Right. What they doing?
That's crazy.
Man, look, let me tell you something. I was traumatized because, when you wear, a nice coat to school and
you feel
cold,
good.
and you be like, I worked for it because I had a job too.
Oh, you bought it with your money
bought
too?
it, yeah.
Oh, that's even. I'm thinking parents. Okay, so
no,
you bought
I ain't with parents. I was with grandma. I was at grandma. You know what I mean? Grandma wasn't buying no starter coat.
So you had to work.
So what I'm saying is, I had I was a junior. You know what I mean? I'm coming up. I'm handsome. I'm out here doing my thing. Next thing you know, I go to my locker and it's broken into, but we got all this security. We got all this stuff going on.
And was the security? They were in the.
No, they in the building.
And it still happened. What are they doing then? What are they doing? No, that's crazy. I ain't had no experience
I'm just saying. I'm in the hood 53206.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's
I was born and raised in the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, my opinions is that if they roaming up and down the hallway, the experience of that is similar to me is jail.
And you speaking from lived experience, so I can understand that. I can understand people because that kind of like perpetuate the perception that, you know, black people with prison and keep that correlation going. I understand that. So yeah, no, I do think police officers should be out at the schools.
Sam in the chat said the security stole my coat. They could have.
We don't know because, I mean, security, they weren't even the police. So, I mean, they probably just employed by MPS. So they not the police. They not really there to. I mean, they just there to collect the check.
I think suburban schools may need that extra.
You saying for the mass shootings?
Yeah, you know
that's the difference.
I'm just saying
that's the difference. The suburban schools are the schools that's predominantly white. Typically have the mass shootings. I haven't seen a black mass shooter. I don't know.
They said it was something that happened the other day.
Yeah, you ain't seen.
Oh snap!
The 17-year-old the other day that did the mass shooting.
I didn't know. I didn't hear about this one, T-Lo.
Hey, well, I saw it. He killed himself. He ended up taking his own life. Yeah, it happens, but it's not like when we see it on a, you know, it can happen. But what I'm saying is, when we had the argument of metal detectors being in the suburban schools, those families pushed back on it. Mm-hmm. Even though they having these issues that we talking about right now.
Yeah, because they need it.
They push back. They said they feel like it's like making their kids feel like they in prison.
So if they doing that for the white
thing I'm saying.
So what about so now I definitely see, because if they feeling like that about the people in the suburban schools, what about the kids in the inner city schools? What about the
What
the
I'm
kids
saying
in
is
MPS?
it's been going on in the inner city schools. Like, they have officers there. You're like in and out. It's not like, oh, this finna happen.
And you saying ain't nothing
it
got
was
better
happening.
Anyway.
They just haven't put any in there due to a deadline in a certain space and time.
Okay, no, I feel it.
But when I was younger, they had police officers around like that.
I don't know if I want to see a police officer every single day I'm coming out. But do you think the kids will feel safer if they see a police officer in school?
Not in the hood. No, I don't think the kids from the block
they're not even gonna like the police officer.
Well, not even that. It's just that the interactions that they have with them, we kind of we don't have empathy for our own children to see that they've been traumatized by a certain ideal in our community. Mm-hmm. We thinking that we in with everybody else, that we have the same experience with these officers like everybody else. Mm.
So how
that's
can they
not true.
Like, how can they fix that trauma or fix that experience if they don't have good interaction?
Well, what I'm saying is that's their fault, because I said I had a good interaction with police.
But if the student doesn't have the chance to have a good interaction with the police officer,
but that shouldn't happen in school.
So you saying they got to form a relationship outside of school?
Okay, what I'm saying is,
where else is it going to happen?
It can happen on the street.
They're only going to see them if they get caught.
All right, so check this out. Like I said, there were efforts. We've been trying to get these efforts back, where officers would see children stop and hand them
the sticker stuff.
That was good. That was good enough. It don't have to be this grandiose idea. To me, it was good enough then, and it never came back, because we've been advocating for a lot of these things to come back because they worked.
Yeah, I feel like that would work. I think having a police in the vicinity would help.
What if I'm a child and I'm traumatized by the interactions of my family and things like that go on in the community all the time? Matter of fact, there's a lawsuit on MPS for stopping and frisking. They haven't fulfilled none of those requirements from that lawsuit. And what I'm saying is, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And so you're going to ignore the problem and say, okay, no, you can't ignore all of these systemic ideas, especially in the community where black and many brown people face these type of issues. Okay, let's get it right.
No, I completely understand.
Let's really get it right.
Even me, like, when I see a police officer, when I see a cop, I tighten up a little bit. I get a little nervous.
And you went to Brown Deer.
I'm from the suburbs. Listen, I haven't had no bad interaction even with police. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, listen, when I get pulled over, they let me go. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
and I still feel
it's better ways to do it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And also, if they're just outside, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be at the school. See, a lot of people got earwax in the ear, and it ain't hearing all of the. Well, you got to rewind the tape.
Yeah, but then you broke it down.
Okay, what I'm saying is, okay, I don't mind it being there as sitting there, because you said it happened at Brown Deer.
Yeah.
Where the cops was outside.
Yeah, they was outside.
Okay, I'm not against that.
They were not walking the hallways or nothing like that.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Okay, they like I said, give and take. Let's have it like that. I think a lot of people be fine with that.
No, I think a lot of people would be fine too. I think that without any type of police or any type of protection in the schools or outside the schools, that's when all of the crazy stuff is going to keep going on. All the fights and all of the people, kids bringing guns to schools and all of that. Did you think did the metal detectors help you, though, at school? Did it prevent people from bringing in weapons or bringing in guns or something?
I think that when I was in school, somebody would try to bring a gun to just show it off or act like, because they were starting to listen to a lot of gangster rap. A lot of that hardcore music was starting to hit the streets.
Was that
NWA started hitting the streets. The gang culture started hitting the streets real hard after the drug culture was hitting the streets. So it was more so for show. They was bringing the weapons for show. They was just trying to act like they was tough. You know what I mean? It wasn't no real, like, somebody would be like, they would get into a fight or they would feel like they would have to defend themselves. It was action going on the block all the time. And then I had a starter coat, and back then I made a post that, remember back when they was trying to shoot people for their starter jackets?
Oh, that's crazy.
Back in the day. I don't even see nobody shoot nobody over coats no more. I'm happy.
Over starter, though?
And over Jordans, too. It was over Jordans and these starter coats.
Yeah, Jordans. I know the stories about the Jordans.
But that happened, on the block. You know what I mean? It didn't happen, in the school. It happened when you was, when
you got out the school,
moving around on the block. So what I'm saying is, this is a part of growing up. This was something that we saw. Matter of fact, when I remember one time we played a away game for football, and we ended up getting back late. And all of a sudden, I had to walk home with my Packer trench coat and my LA Gear lights.
People, they watching.
Oh, my God.
People eyes lit up.
That was like the most nervous walk home I ever had in my life.
Wow. That's wild.
And I had to walk back to 5th and North Avenue from 11th and Center. So I was like, and nobody wanted to answer the phone. I was like, man, I was trying to get somebody to come get me. We ended up coming back because we had played, I think we played one of those white schools out there, and then it became a late game. So it was around like 9, 10, 8, 9, we was leaving.
Oh, man. Did you get to the crib?
I got to the crib.
Safe and sound?
I got to the crib safe and sound.
Cool, because
But I was sweating a little bit.
Shivering while you walking, trembling while you walking.
And then they didn't make it no better because I had the LA Gear lights. And when you walk, the light flash.
Oh, my God. So you was making it easy for these people.
Hey, they saw me.
It was easy lick.
Right.
Yeah,
I was a sweet lick right there. God was with me.
Smiling.
That's when I realized God was on my side.
Oh, man. I'm happy you made it home safe and sound.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more Pop Culture Report. Truth Nation. Stay like that right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth app is home for all the Milwaukee Panther content you would want.
He'll dart baseline, and he will tomahawk it home with his right hand.
From conversations on the airwaves.
We're going to defend every board up the floor and every bounce and every pass. And we've got good depth, and you have to have good depth for the way we play.
To game highlights.
And at the top, rises for three over Young and buries it.
Find The Roar on the Truth app, Apple, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts to keep up with Panthers hoops. This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the new 1017 The Truth.
The City Conference gave us some incredible games this past week. In the boys' gold division, we had a battle between two teams who sit atop the standings as the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats took on the Milwaukee Juneau Pioneers. Milwaukee Juneau's sensational sophomore, Dooney Johnson, went for 31 points, but that was not enough as the Hamilton Wildcats took care of business, beating the Pioneers 106-78. Now to the girls' side of things as the Golda Meir Owls traveled down the street to take on the Milwaukee Riverside Tigers. The Golda Meir Owls were scoring early and often and were led to victory by their junior guard, Anaya Blackman, as the Owls defeated the Tigers 57-27.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the new 1017 The Truth. MPS proud and MPS strong.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law offices make our community a better place.
They are the best.
For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law offices.
Join the Greater Milwaukee Urban League as it celebrates individuals and organizations whose commitment to equity creates strong partners and strong communities. It's all happening at the annual Equal Opportunity Day Luncheon on Thursday, March 13th at the Pfister Hotel. Greater Milwaukee Urban League will honor local leaders and organizations committed to empowering communities and changing lives. Join us for a special recognition of legendary past President Ralph Holman. For details, sponsorship, and tickets, go to tmul.org.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You are listening to The Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Fat, juicy, and wet. I don't even cookie so good, make me throw up a set. That good kitty, make it my pet. Pretty, top of good, you ain't never gonna forget. Fat, juicy, and wet.
Sexy like dope, sexy like dope. Put it up, you put it up.
1017 The Truth, Tori Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Truth Nation social media sensation Jason Smith. Sexy Red and Bruno Mars got another track out.
Turn this mess off of my.
Oh, wow.
Get this out my ear. What are we talking about?
Oh, wow.
This song is a disgrace.
Juicy and wet.
This is a disgrace to hip hop, a disgrace to our community, a disgrace to the kids.
It's like they took the most ratchet black women and now they trying to put them at the top. Like this is like they making this Sexy Red. They forcing Sexy Red.
This is insane.
Her album sales is trash.
Man.
her lip gloss line didn't even sell.
Ain't nobody buying it.
So they continuing to trying to make this the idea of black women. And a lot of black women is feeling disgusted, like Sexy Red do not represent them.
It's very disgusting.
Megan Thee Stallion do not represent them.
Man, the lyrics in this, Tilo, you got to go back and read the lyrics to this song.
It's crazy.
I told Zach before when we got in here, he ain't even heard it. I'm like,
I was like listening to it on commercial.
I'm like, once you hear Sexy Red lyrics and you hear how graphic the stuff that she is saying, the kids should not be hearing this. Listen, I know they probably go hear it anyway from movies, from social media or whatever, but we got to understand, Michael Jackson said music is a mantra. When we kids or anybody, any human is playing these songs and it's constantly being repeated in our heads, it get trapped in our subconscious. Like, this is real. This not no joke or no game, and they out here putting out this garbage, this crazy mess. Man, I don't know what we got to do. We got to... It's not against Sexy Red either. It's more so just against the content that she's putting out.
Right.
Why are you putting this out, making this look like this?
The label. That's what they got her for.
This is crazy.
She's a character.
Man.
And this is the character ideal of the black woman that they portraying. And if you don't believe it, when the election came around, that similar ratchet, like...
Oh, they about Megan Thee Stallion out.
Come on now. Like, what I'm saying is... This is the idea that they want to have the image and over-sexual, hypersexualized idea of black women.
And this business
and she's flopping. Black women is not feeding into this. They're trying to attack the youth because the youth, their brain are not fully developed to see, okay, what's really going on. But what I'm telling you is Sexy Red is an attack on the black female idea. Remember those statistics that came out that the black woman was the most educated idea after the white male.
Man.
Okay, so it was all these positive statistics on black women, and all of a sudden, in the last 4 to 5 years, this ratchet culture just burst on the scene, and now they're forcing these women to show up. They're highlighting this idea, over-sexualized, hypersexualized black woman, just low down, like kind of gritty gangster idea, track queen idea, and they're developing it into where now they're trying to, this is what I call a weaponized strategy against the black woman.
And I absolutely hate it. I find it absolutely appalling. This should not be. Dude, our black women, deserve much more. Our black women, to me, black women are the strongest humans on the planet. We got to understand that they black and they a woman. So, like, that's double the
double whammy.
I don't want to say the wrong words, but that's double of the nonsense that they had to go through.